Welcome back to the eSports Report. Before the commercial break, we asked you, who am I? Player number one. When do you announce that?
Usually do it now. We give another chance to show you guys the card without the player.
Without him.
We talk about who it potentially could be. Can we let them know who it is?
All right. Well, he was too young to compete at Call of Duty Championships this year. That's a big hint. Very few players were under 18. Second clue, I was on the Unite squad at MLG Dallas back in Black Ops 2. So, narrows it down pretty far there, guys. Under 18. That's a big one, but if you're looking for the Unite back in Black Ops 2, Clayster played with 3 youngsters.
Yep.
Go by the names of Huddle, Spacely, and Slacked. Those, that KD, though. That KD, I'm going to say, because the uplink is so low.
Yeah.
It could be Huddle. It could be Spacely, more likely not getting as many kills.
Not going to be Slacked. And actually, the player is Spacely. Spacely with a .83 uplink KD, 25.27 Slayer rating, 3 uplinks per game. Kind of that OBJ player for AR now, but they've struggled a little bit since they've picked him up. They were very good when they picked up Happy. They still had Wheats, struggling a little bit since the addition of Spacely.
Spacely should have never left MW. Still saying it. When he left Most Wanted during that weird time, start of A-Dub, tried to go hang out with Killa and Miracles and start up something fresh. That didn't go so well.
That MW squad was good.
I like it.
They're real good.
Speaking of them, we got them in our 2K, basically. Well, a new version of it.
Yeah.
We got, of course, Slacked and Classic hanging out together a bit more. But before we get to the later rounds, which Elevate were involved in, we should talk about the early upsets. First one, Prophecy in our 2K got hit by Saku. Who is Saku, Matt?
Saku's roster is quality with 2 Ys, Rain, Durpin, and Arise.
I've
heard a lot about these guys over the last few weeks.
It's like losing to Matt and I in the early rounds. No offense to Arise, Quality, Rain, or Durpin, but Matt is a lot better than you. Envy lost to Mutiny. Mutiny, Reviction, Shutdown SN, King Quality, and Lyric God. So is that Cosmo? Lyric? Anyway. Not such a good day for Envy. I think that was one of the biggest shockers. That and
Threes Up.
Threes Up also lost to Saku. As Saku took out both Prophecy and then Threes Up in the tournament.
Saku was just running through people.
They were running through 8 people, in fact.
They actually ran through 8 of them.
8 different people got ran through on 2 different teams, believe it or not. But I think definitely Envy losing early on was the biggest shocker of the 2K.
Yeah.
Benson in there casting that one. The upsets weren't just limited to the early rounds, though. A little bit later, Optic Gaming. This is not the full Optic Gaming. We should put the asterisk next to it. Merc and Slasher filling in with Scump and Karma. And they got taken down in the quarterfinals by Elevate. We're going to take a look at some of the action here. After game number 1 went to Optic Gaming at Hardpoint, it was Elevate taking game number 2 in Search. Optic took a 3-0 in Ascend CTF, which led to this game number 4.
It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. We're playing a faster game with the same respawn timer. Sorry, I just had to get that off my chest.
Somehow I'm wrong, but I'm still right. Or I'm right, but I'm still wrong.
You're always right. Don't worry about it. Slacked has the drone. He's going to play past the Classic. Classic's going to dump that in for a 2, but no, the drone stopped.
Oh,
and Slacked stopped as well, but TJ in a position to just say, welcome to the jam.
Come on, Slam.
Welcome to the jam.
that almost was a massive fail on the part of Elevate because he threw the balls to his teammate and the ball carried in the direction that his teammate was in before he fell off of Glass Atlas, so we got stuck there on the floor. Could have been a massive fail, but TJ made sure things were all right.
TJ about to go for 1, didn't throw it though because he failed. However, luckily his teammate Classic's gonna kill the drone carrier. Maybe not. Manages to get away. Karmastone 1 and 6. That's not what you would expect to see from a player of his caliber, but it's gonna be able to get the drone in hand and will be able to get 2 points from this. So now just a 3-point game. However, I'm impressed by Elevate on the unpreferred side.
Yeah, Elevate doing very well so far in the first half of this first half. Looking like they want to probably get some more points on the board as 2 go down for OG. They have ball control. That's going to be Classic with the ball. He gets taken out by Merc, and the ball is just going to be sitting there as 2 players from OG are going to be challenging the ball carrier as looks like 2 players from, it's going to be 1 player actually pushing from that back alleyway, trying to contest the ball carrier. throwing away. Merc is going to pick it up from OG and just try to get it towards school. He gets taken out, Ben. Looks like things are going to calm down a bit.
Yep. Unfortunately, yeah, not able to pick up those kills. Slasher, though, with the bad mid map does lock it down. That drone's still in a position to be picked up. 2 seconds left, though. Scump goes for it. It's going to be too late, but no! Merc keeps it alive. Final second. And Scumpy now going to try and think about slaying inside of school. Slasher picking up so many kills. Optic could make a play here. For 2 points, player just under the backside of Jeep. Scumpy trades, and Scumpy gets 2. Now just a 1-point game, but still, bearing in mind Optic on the preferred side, this is not going to be an easy task.
Now, very well played from OG and Scump right there to score that 2-point play. Close the deficit to only 1 point, as it looks like they're going to try to make more plays where the ball's going to be Merc, your ball carrier. Tries to go for the melee on TJ, not able to connect. As he is trying to make juke moves, only 1 player left to beat, trying to reset his armor. Can't find the ball, and somewhere trapped near that ambulance. Don't know why he didn't pick it up. I think it's underneath the ambulance bed.
No, it's just next to the ambulance. I'm looking at the drone.
So why isn't he picking it up?
Because he's a silly fool. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
Slack picks up the drone. Slack goes for 1. Could have maybe gone for 2, and he's missed.
No.
Oh, he's had an absolute nightmare. That's not what you want to see. Is Optic able to defend their base off pretty nicely. Palmer's going to pick up the drone, and he thought about maybe playing that one. Decided against it. They have 55 seconds left. It's risky, and now he's going to have to play that drone. Top garage, and that will be for the time.
Yep. So, 8 more seconds off the clock for this first half. Thanks to that reset on top of garage. Scump's going to be on my screen, at least not on yours, I don't know. Able to get 1 kill before taken out by TJ Halley. It looks like Elevate is trying to make 1 more play for some points here. Only 30 seconds left. Trying to get ball control as TJ is just jumping around outside of the mid-atlas. Able to kill the ball carrier. Looking like they're pushing into OG's base bet, trying to put more points on the board.
Yeah, Classic needs to push through. The stuns are going to come out. Slack has the drone in hand. Maybe forced to go for just a 1-point play. He just completely failed.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Drone. He pieces out. Throws it down mid-street. That was a big fail. Slash a little bit of tunnel vision there, just running straight towards the drone. Scumpy is able to pick it up. 1 second left, throws it. Not connect. He gets it at the half. The buzzer beater comes in. 5-5. Scump, phenomenal play at the very end of that half. And what's weird is Denal versus Optic Nation. Obviously, they're at 2-1 in favor of Denal.
All right, so we wanted to show you that clip because I was really impressed by Temp right away. 8-1 to open up the game, kind of serving as that lead slayer for Elevate. At the end of the halftime, it was 5-5, but at the end of the overall game, 12-6. Elevate only allowed Optic 1 cap from the more difficult side.
Yep.
Pretty impressive stuff from this Elevate squad, and I want to know from you, like, what works for this team right now?
Elevate's been crushing online. Really, you know, with Slack, you know, Classic and TJ. I mean, those 3 players are kind of proven, like, at LAN. You'd expect them to really show up. Temp's like the kind of wild card. I mean, if he plays like he is online at LAN, they'll be a very good team. It's just, you don't know. You really don't know. And it's kind of interesting. We talked a little bit about it yesterday during when I was casting with Chance, is that everyone talks about, like, how, like, you know, complaining about online COD, whatnot. And then we go to LAN, and there isn't that much of a difference anymore between online performance and LAN performance. You kind of seeing, like, the same.
Pretty darn similar.
It's very close. It's very close. So it's going to be very interesting to see this Elevate team at LAN.
Elevate went on to beat Optic Gaming's pickup squad. They're playing once again with Merc and Slasher. They beat them 6-4 in Game 5. That was Search and Destroy on Biolab. Elevate moves on to the finals, but we'll talk about the other team that was competing in the semifinals. Let's take it over to Denial and Strictly Business. First off, Strictly Business, a team that we were really excited about. They're winning a lot of 2Ks, going the distance in the 5Ks.
Yeah.
Then struggling right around time to qualify for Pro League Season 2, as well as COD Champs.
Yeah, so they qualify for Champs. They don't place in the money. And then Dito and Nezla leave. And it's kind of funny because they were the 2 that had the lowest KDs on the team. Like, kind of, wouldn't say they were underperforming the most, but they were the most inconsistent. Like, Dito would have his big games as usual, and then had games where he'd slip. Like, he's playing much better now. The ISO team, we'll talk about that a little bit later. But no, they end up going with Sin and Twiz, kind of forming an old squad that they used to have. And I know they've been playing very well. I think this series, though, speaks more about what's going on with Denial. Denial very shaky recently.
World champions here in game number 1, going up in the 2K semifinals against Strictly Business, consisting of John, Fizzer, Sin, and Twiz. Take a look.
The next hill this is what Denial could have potentially put this game out of reach.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing 3 players surrounding the green area here. We got to see them come out on top, and that they do. Attach picks up a kill on SB, or on John, and Clayster takes out another SB player, but they still could not push through that back green area. Attach getting the spawn in school is going to be the player to do it. Doesn't look like he's going to have a gunfight coming up too soon because he has a couple players in front of him. But John goes huge with a 2-piece, 3-piece, immediately taking out replays afterwards. John has been going huge this whole game with several multi-kills to his name.
Strictly Business so good at holding this green hard point. They did it for at least 40 seconds on the first side. Could potentially do a similar thing here, and if they are able to hold it down for the last 30 seconds, they'll be right back into this game. It's come down to, Fizz with a big 2-piece to break the hard point. He then pushed the spawn. John got a 3-piece on the hill. Twiz has been picking up big kills. Sinful slaying around the outside. SB just playing green absolutely perfectly. If they played every other hill like this would be such a closer game as Fizzip almost gets another 2-piece, but that 10 seconds of scrap time will go over to Denial. Now, this is where SB need to fight for this next hard point. John with a big win over Attach, and he's going to be the only player from SB on this next hard point.
Yeah, it looks like we're seeing SB all separated, though. There's only one single player on the hardpoint while everyone else on SB is spawning in yellow, but it looks like Denial players are going to get to that single lone player in the hardpoint before his team does, and that's actually not the case. As they took their sweet time to get there, replay is going to be taken down immediately by a player that was able to get to the ramp head glitch. Denial, JCat picking up a 2-piece, and Clayster picking up a 3rd kill. We could see Denial take control of this hardpoint.
Yeah, they're going to be able to do so. Twiz tries to push ramp, but he's going to get traded. Fizzip's going to push ramp once again. Teammate in support. Teammate actually flooded from around the outside there. Denial did not expect that, but nothing but contestants coming in on this hill, it seems, as Twiz now going from stairs. He picks up one, looks towards the window. He picks up the 2nd kill. Good stuff from SB as they lock down this hill, but the spawns are really the big gunfights that you're seeing on those minimaps. Is Simple picked up 2 kills, was not able to pick up the 3rd, so Denial will have the spawns going into the 2nd to last hard point, and if they lock it down, they win the game. Simple as that.
It looks good. We still have 2 players sitting in the old hardpoint getting scrapped out. Now just 1 player coming out to fight for the spawns by himself. Fizzip still going to come out on top. He's the player on the flank for these back yellow spawns. I don't think they still even know he's there. He might have just an easy kill ahead of him. Trying to win the gunfight on the player top cube. He decides to back off. Great play. Pushing in here. Can he get at least 1 kill to his name? No, he cannot. He gets team killed by Sinful.
Oh, Sin managed to trade that kill, though, so not the end of the world. 190 to 202. This is a much closer game than it probably should be. Fizzip on the hardpoint. He's looking for 2 kills. He gets traded. Now it's replays with hardpoint control, but he knows SB is still going to be spawning towards the backside, despite having the early valuable setup. Denial broken. It all came really down to that 1 big kill from Fizzip as he pushed off that old hardpoint, down ramp, destroyed Clayster off the head glitch. And really, that's why you're seeing Strictly Business so close in this game. And they're going to come all the way back into this. They're actually about to take the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell just in this entire game, spawns have been their top priority. We see 1 player, he knows that he's alone. He just sits in the corner and hides somewhere, waiting for his team to spawn up and push whatever the hardpoint may be with him. Twiz has done it. We've seen Fizzip done it, and even Sinful has done it on several occasions this map, as we're going to see Twiz pushing into the hardpoint, pre-aiming for the next player, and they're holding this down. We could see an SB comeback right here. They're already in the lead by 16 seconds.
They're about to win this game. If they can hold off 1 more push from Denial, they will win this game. Twiz with a big gunfight, not able to win it. Simple in a position to trade, finds 1, can't find the 2nd. 31 seconds remaining, and it's around about a 25-point lead. All SB really need to do is just keep on contesting the hardpoint. I don't think Denial are going to be able to trade the kills quick enough. Attach able to pick up a couple of kills. There is still mathematically just enough time, I believe, to tie this game. They can't win, and with that, SB are going to pick up map number 1. Unbelievable choke right there from Denial.
Did you see how beautiful that drop shot right there by those 2 SB players that turned the corner from back school to kill the single Denial player on the hard point? It was just so well orchestrated, so well timed, and that is what definitely won them the game. Is they're in the lead by 3 seconds at the very end. SB with the nice comeback.
They're really, really nice.
3 minutes, 18 seconds left. You're up by 65 points, and you lose the game by 3. Is that a testament to SB and their new squad, or is this a testament to Denial just falling apart?
It was a fantastic comeback by SB. I'm not a fan of Denial giving up the last, 15 seconds on the yellow hill to set up for school, because school is such a contest kind of back and forth. You never really can bank on a ton of time there. They contest that and they break it and they take 5 of those seconds, they win by 2.
Clayster was up, I think 31 to 21 or something like that, where his numbers going into the video. Towards the end, a little bit closer, but John, we saw how explosive he can be. Strictly Business was a team at Champs that I was like, holy crap, they're about to make that run. After they got out of group play, taking out Epsilon, you saw Fizzerp kind of leading the team in terms of KD. John was right there with explosive moments. Is this team now with Sin and Twiz a contender?
I don't know if I would say contender. I would say they're a good team, but I think that's kind of also something that speaks to what's up with Denial. So I think if you look at it as a whole, I think the roster's probably got better since the last roster mania. I mean, you look at some of the talent that's spread across. I mean, I know obviously Optic Gaming with Karma, they're going to be improved. You know, FaZe, their new roster, that's improved. Envy, they're on like a 9 or 10 game win streak in the league. They're a lot better. Then you have teams like Elevate. SB could potentially have gotten better. I know ISO, like we'll see in the 10K with Dito. I mean, they're a very talented team. I think and then TK as well. I mean, they have some issues, but TK TCM's playing much better now. AR upgraded their roster a little bit.
Bringing the 15-year-olds is helping a lot of teams as well. Bringing them, making them starters.
I think overall the rosters have gotten stronger, and it's just kind of. I think with the old rosters, you could get away with not having everybody being capable of putting up 30 kills, near that 30 kill mark. Don't know if you can get away with it now.
It's not too often that we see big comebacks like that, especially after 7 minutes of dominance. So Denial, something definitely went wrong in that game number 1, but we're going to take a peek now at game number 2. This is Biolab S&D. This was one of the closest matches of the entire 2K. 3-point difference in hardpoint. This one just a 1-round difference as we take a look at Search and Destroy.
Yeah, and it was a very nice nade spot there for sure coming out of SB. But JCap trying to play around this player on circle. He cannot win that gunfight.
Go 3 rounds back to back, Fox.
Yeah, there it is, tied up again. I mean, I did not expect this to happen at all up until last round. We just saw SB just playing so smart and so much more confident than did the first 3 rounds, I'd say.
They now are nervous. Good rounds from.
This could be a repeat of the first map where they started off so strong, right? They started off so strong and convincing, and then they just gave it up. It's what it's looking like right now.
It is. It is. Just an update. TK just won the Search and Destroy against Elevate 6-3. Sharp ended with a nice 2-piece. Jumping off green plat and gets the bomb defused. This one they're tied at 3-3. Strictly Business 1-0 in the lead. I think a win here. Oh, Twiz, shoot him then. You stood next to him. There we go. A win here for SB is really, really dangerous for Denial as SB win 4 rounds back to back. They are really getting some traction now in this game.
Yeah, they've got some great momentum. 4-3, just 2 rounds left. This SB squad continue playing the way they are right now. I think it shouldn't be a problem that they come back and win this again. A second completely surprising out of the blue comeback coming out of this squad.
Okay, still need 2 more rounds though. I'd be amazed if they win this 6-3. 6 rounds back to back is a crazy feat that you don't really see very often, and I don't expect to see it again.
Yeah, we're seeing SB already aggressively pushing into the A site here, even though they're on defense. And with Denial kind of plays this completely opposite. They stack 3 at B, and they'll sit 1 player sort of watching their flank there for anybody that decides to push through circle. But we see SB now deciding to push through A and then rotate back to B, and it works out for them very well.
Sick 3-piece. IMR coming out and really just dominating this game. And that's been the difference. As soon as Strictly Business pulled out those IMR overkill classes, they've been in full control of this game, picking off players from distance. And then you see Twiz. That's why Gung Ho is important right there. That's a prime example of how Gung Ho works. Twiz mid-sprint able to get that first shot off. Really for online play, just helps out-react your opponent. And first shot in Call of Duty is so important.
I don't know if it's just that it's online. I think it's just that certain situations like that, when ice is not somewhere you want to be. You want to get through ice as quickly as possible because your gun is down for so long and because you're running face first into a head glitch. So I think that's why Gung Ho definitely worked for him right there.
Is up now on the attacking side, pushing up towards that A bomb site. I see 2 plays over. I see on bottom blue side. Needs to be careful, but John gets first.
Look at that spot that attaches in. Such a good heads up angle for him to reveal as little of as possible as body. Sitting a little bit of an unorthodox spot. No one's going to pre-aim on top of that crate rather than like just the window head glitch.
Quiz for a 1v2. Can he clutch up? Has some trophy system left. Also has the bomb in his hand. Gonna see the first player. Clayster challenges. Clayster feels confident. Wins the gunfight. Nice plays from Denial. Finally get some momentum back in this game after losing 5 rounds back to back. They force a 5-4 game here.
Yeah, 5 consecutive rounds, never a good feeling. You never want to be in a situation like that. But Clayster doesn't care. He's going to push right through, getting real aggressive in the face of this Bow player with his IMR, and he's going to come out on top with a round win for Denial, 5-4 in favor of SB.
What do you want to see Denial do this round?
Well, they've been playing their offenses very similar. Every single time they kind of make this single file line push to A. I want to see them get aggressive on B bomb site like they did in the beginning of the game. That seemed to work out pretty well for them. And A site not working well at all, as we see SB doing the exact same strat they did in their last defensive round, where they sent 3 people to go straight through A, and then they're going to have someone go through ice. And that's what happened before when they got the 3-piece of the IMR.
No one revealed themselves though from Denial, so SB actually a little bit clueless at this point. Normally, you would have expected some vision of enemy plays over towards B, especially after a very aggressive A push. Sin's going to be shot. Somehow manages to get away from that one player on the bomb side though. And if Sin can get this first pick, it'll be huge for Strictly Business. He's tagged up once again, forced to leave the site this time fully.
Yeah, Ataz trying to get the bait and switch there on Sin, but Sin is going to back off. He smells that play immediately as this starts to happen. 2 players for SB inside of purple. 1 goes down, a second player goes down. 4 versus 2. 4 versus 1 as John is the last man standing, sitting on top of the green rail with an IMR. He should get at least 1 kill out of this gunfight, and that he does. It is up to John to go huge and win the game for SB right here, but he cannot, as a Denial player is going to get aggressive and challenge him on that rail with the bow.
If SB choke this, I am going to be mind blown.
I don't even know if they're choking. I think Denial is finally reading onto how SB is playing.
That was a little bit of a choke. Fizzip was lying bottom purple, and he saw one player dash in, and he knew a second player was coming. You could tell. He waited, but then he panicked a little bit, and he went for the push, and as soon as he exoed, second player came just straight through the door, and ultimately ended up picking him up. So
yeah,
maybe not so much a choke, but they're playing a little nervous, I think. Now they got to that 5th round, but this round 11 is about to be crazy.
Yeah, and look at this play from coming out of SB. Denial is clearly predicting that they're sending 3 players towards B to sort of sniff it out, see if they can spot any players, get a pick or something, and then they're going to have replays, their bomb carrier make the move. They know that SB has been sending 3 people to A for every single defensive round that they've had since their 2nd round win. I
love this play, though, from Denial, doing exactly what they did last round. Worked out perfectly. Need to be careful though, because Sinful is at the back. Attach has been spotted. Attach is 1 shot. Expect the challenge to come in any second now. Physics picked up 1. I believe that was Sinful with the IMR. Picked up a second, but this now 2v2. Twiz and John going up against JCap and Replays. And Denial have full control of this B bomb site right now.
Yeah, and JCap getting so confident right there, peeking what could have been a sniper player, ended up being an IMR player, but he makes it out alive. He's going to try and win this 1v2. 2 SB players right in front of him. He's not going to be able to win either gunfight.
Yep, SB pick up the search and destroy after winning 5 rounds back-to-back. They gave up.
5 rounds back-to-back. You heard it there from Benson. Nice little run from Strictly Business. They went on to beat Denial, of course, 6-5 in that game. 2-0 up in the series, and then closed it out with an uplink victory.
3-0.
Denial going out. They made it to the top 4, but definitely have to be shocked and disappointed by that SB loss.
Yeah, they've, when Denial has lost recently, it's been pretty bad. I know it's been dominating performances by the other team. They seem to be a bit frustrated, can't really figure it out right now. Maybe just a little bit too high on the confidence after winning champs. They're not really putting as much time in as before. But I think that'll probably all work itself out by next event.
Now, I've been out of the office for a bit. Haven't been on streams very often either. Catch me up. How are they doing in the Pro League overall?
Oh, they're fine in the Pro League.
Okay.
They're sitting in 2nd place right now. Just kind of rolling through everybody. But some of their games are a bit closer. We see in the weekend tournaments they get a bit frustrated. Not the best performances in the 2K. I mean, the 2K, they get to the top 4. It's great. I mean, they don't expect to lose SB 3-0.
No.
Like, at least they would like it to be close.
I mean, they didn't get second rounded by Mutiny.
Yeah.
Like Envy or lose to Saku, like Prophecy and 3's up.
Yeah. I mean, that sets up the finals between Elevate and SB. That SB win versus Denial, and Elevate really just kind of steamrolls them in that one.
And here is a look at our final standings. Elevate, of course, on top from Saturday. They're going to take home the 2,000 pro points per player. Strictly Business finishing 2nd with Denial and TK. You heard Elevate beating TK in that semifinal matchup. Optic Gaming featuring Merc and Slasher for the weekend. Did pretty well, finishing top 8. Same thing with Revenge with Nade Shot. As well as Saku, who caused a lot of those upsets, and Optic Nation. Nation, I know we were high on them coming into champs. After champs, we all expected them to explode. top 8 good for this team, or do you expect
with the way
more
they've
from
been
this
playing?
roster?
With the way they've been playing, that's good. They have not looked good at all recently. Optic Nation. Don't really know what's up with them. Killa said out of the night of Pro League last week, wasn't too happy with the way the team was playing. I actually saw one of their games during the 10K, just kind of listened in on it. They seemed okay, and then things started to rumble a little bit, and they started to crumble completely. But, I mean, they should be much better than 8th place. I think they're more than capable of placing higher than 8th.
Well, that was just the 2K from Saturday.
Yep.
Sunday had a major 10K. That's coming up a little bit later in the show. So is our ultimate duo bracket.
Yep.
It continues. Matt will be breaking all of that down. But first, guys, we need to show you player 2. Guess who it is?
Yeah, this player holds the record for most uplinks in one game in Season 2 with 13. Former team acquired 2 players after he departed that team. 0.78 uplink KD, not good at all, but I know putting up some nice games in that. 25.25 Slayer rating and 3 uplinks per game.
3.5, record of 13 in a single game of uplink.
Pretty impressive.
I think I know who. Only because I like records. And because JP was writing the script as I watched him. We will tell you guys, though, who player 2 is after the commercial break. Don't go anywhere. Esports Report continues right here on MLG.TV.